Have you ever looked at your life and wondered, why am I not where I thought I'd be by now? You see others moving ahead, making more money, living with purpose, while you, despite working hard, still feel stuck. Let me tell you a secret that the world will never shout at you. Your success isn't held back by what you know. It's held back by what you don't know about yourself. Tonight, I'm going to take you into a world most people never dare to enter. The world of annual self-analysis. This is not about filling a notebook with New Year's resolutions or making wish lists. This is about holding a mirror to your soul and asking the kind of questions that will either make you incredibly rich in life or painfully aware of why you've been poor in results. You see, life has a way of hiding the truth about ourselves. It hides behind excuses like, I just need a little more time, or I'm doing my best. But when you strip away those illusions, what's left is raw honesty. And raw honesty is the beginning of power. The most successful men and women in history didn't wait for life to push them forward. They analyzed themselves ruthlessly. They asked, am I as good as I tell myself I am? Or am I lying to myself every day? And here's the painful part. When you ask these questions honestly, the answers will shake you. So let's begin. I want you to imagine we're sitting together in a quiet room, just you and me. I'm about to ask you questions most people avoid their entire life. Your answers, not mine, will determine whether your next year will be ordinary or extraordinary. First question. Are you doing today the exact work you want to be doing for the rest of your life? If your answer is no, then the follow-up is brutal. What's stopping you from changing it? Be honest, is it fear, lack of skill, or comfort with mediocrity? Second, are you truly delivering more value than you're paid for? Or are you doing the minimum to keep your paycheck? The marketplace never rewards the average. It rewards the exceptional, and exceptional service starts when you stop counting hours and start counting impact. Third, how do you respond to failure? When life slaps you down, do you rise quickly, or do you spend weeks licking your wounds? The speed at which you recover will define the speed at which you grow. Fourth, are you surrounding yourself with people who challenge you to think bigger, or with those who silently cheer for your smallness? You cannot soar like an eagle if you insist on walking with chickens. And here's one that stings. Are you truly likable? Not just nice, but magnetic enough that people want to work with you, help you, and open doors for you? Many brilliant people stay poor because their personality builds walls instead of bridges. Fifth, are you learning faster than the world is changing? Because if your growth is slower than the world's, you are moving backwards without realizing it. Now listen closely. Every question you avoid is a leak in your life's ship. You can't see the water pouring in, but one day you'll wake up sinking. The purpose of self-analysis is to find the leaks before they drown you. If you take this seriously, you'll find two kinds of truths. Truths that inspire you and truths that hurt you. Both are gifts. One shows you what to double down on. The other tells you what to kill before it kills your dream. By the end of this process, something magical happens. You stop blaming luck. You stop envying others. You realize your life is nothing more than the sum of your decisions. And from that moment, every decision becomes a weapon in your hands. But we're just getting started. Because in part 2, I'll reveal the exact strategies used by high achievers to turn self-analysis into unstoppable momentum. The kind of momentum that crushes competition before it even sees you coming. So my friend, are you ready to face the truth? Or will you keep living the comfortable lie? They told you the road to success was about hard work, but they forgot to mention the mirror. Not the mirror in your bathroom, the one in your mind, the mirror that reflects your habits, your attitude, and your results. Every year, there comes a time when the bold separate from the ordinary. That time is now, and the tool is annual self-analysis. A weapon, so sharp that it cuts through excuses, like a blade through paper. Without it, you risk becoming one of those talented souls who drift year after year, wondering why their dreams stay locked in the vault of someday. Here's the truth. If you refuse to analyze yourself, life will do it for you. And life's feedback is rarely kind. That job promotion you didn't get. That client who chose someone else. Those are the universe's brutal scorecards. But what if you could grade yourself before the world did? What if you could spot weaknesses before they cost you money, relationships, or reputation? When you hold an idea in your mind and back it with faith, the majority thinks self-analysis is uncomfortable. Of course it is. Growth is not a warm bath. It's a cold plunge. It shocks you. It wakes you. It pushes you into action. Think of the high earners you admire. Do you believe they stumble into success? Or do they sit down at least once a year, with pen and paper, stripping away illusions until only truth remains? The truth about what they did well, the truth about where they failed, and the truth about the price they are willing to pay to win. Now here's where most people make a deadly mistake. They measure themselves only by effort. I worked hard this year, they say, as if that's the point. But the world does not pay for effort. It pays for results. Annual self-analysis is not about counting hours. It's about counting impact. Did your service make a client say, "I can't imagine working with anyone else"? Did your presence in the workplace make your leader think, "I must promote this person"? If not, then the calendar may have changed, but you have not. This is where personal service marketing comes into the picture. Marketing your service is not an event. It's a continuous performance. You're always in the marketplace, whether you know it or not. Every email you send, every handshake you give, every deadline you meet is a silent advertisement. The question is, what is it advertising? Excellence? Reliability? Or mediocrity? Here's a harsh reality. Most people never think of themselves as a product. They think products are things you buy in stores. But in truth, you are the product. Your skills are the features. Your attitude is the packaging. Your track record is the guarantee. And the marketplace is merciless with products that fail to improve. Just as a tech company releases updates to stay competitive, you must release updates to yourself every year without fail. Imagine this. Two professionals, same field, same starting point. One spends the year doing the job as usual, hoping hard work will be noticed. The other performs a brutal annual self-analysis, identifies weak spots, invests in skills, upgrades appearance, sharpens communication, and markets his service like a premium brand. At the end of 12 months, their paths are no longer parallel. One is overlooked. The other is overbooked. Which one are you becoming? The power of this process is magnified when you add precision. Don't just say, "I need to improve communication." Say, "I will improve my communication by joining a speaking club, reading one book per month on influence, and practicing every presentation until it's flawless." Don't just say, "I need more clients." Say, "I will increase my client base by 30% through referrals, LinkedIn outreach, and delivering service so extraordinary that people can't help but talk about it." Vague goals produce vague results. Specific goals produce specific results. Here's the golden link between self-analysis and marketing your personal service. Your self-analysis tells you what's missing. Your marketing tells the world what's new. Without the first, your marketing is a lie. Without the second, your self-analysis is a diary entry that nobody ever reads. Combine them and you become unstoppable. But let me give you a warning. When you start taking this process seriously, people will notice. Some will admire you. Others will resent you. That's the cost of leaving the comfort zone of the average. The average person does not like being reminded of their wasted potential. Your progress is their discomfort. Ignore it. You are not here to make everyone comfortable. You are here to win. So here is your challenge before the next year begins. Set aside one uninterrupted day for a complete self-audit. No phone, no social media, just you, a notebook, and an unshakable commitment to honesty. Ask yourself questions that bite. Where did I underperform? What excuses did I repeat? Who did I fail to serve at my highest level? And most importantly, what am I willing to do about it? This day will become the most profitable day of your year. Once your self-analysis is complete, treat yourself like a new product launch. Rebrand. Upgrade your skills. Improve your delivery. Announce to your market through your actions, not just your words, that you are operating at a higher level. Then keep your promise. Do it so well with such consistency that people begin to say, "There's something different about you this year." That sentence is the sign that your marketing has landed. Remember this, you are never just working. You are always marketing. Either marketing your rise or marketing your decline. Annual self-analysis puts you in control of the campaign, and personal service marketing turns that control into cash, respect and influence. One without the other is wasted power. Together, they make you a force in any industry. If you want to live in the top 1% of earners, you must do what the 99% refuse to do. Audit yourself with honesty. Market yourself with excellence. And do it again year after year, until success becomes not just possible but inevitable. That's the formula, and it starts with a decision you can make right now. Before we begin, imagine for a moment that the coming year could be the single most transformative year of your life. What if the choices you make in the next 12 months could redefine your income, your influence, and your impact? What if your name became synonymous with trust, excellence, and value in your field? The truth is, this isn't a fantasy, it's a possibility that only requires one thing: the mastery of your own personal service strategy. Too many people approach their careers as if success is something handed down by luck or privilege. They wait for the right job, the right promotion, or the right client, as if waiting itself will somehow open the door. But opportunity doesn't knock on the door of those who sit still. It finds those who are already moving, already creating, already serving at a level above everyone else. Let's be clear, in the marketplace of personal services, your value is not determined by your job title, your years of experience, or even your credentials. Your value is determined by your ability to solve problems, to deliver results, and to do so in a way that makes people talk about you when you're not in the room. That is the invisible marketing no budget can buy, but every high achiever intentionally creates. If you want to sell your services at a premium, you must first make yourself a premium product. This means obsessing over the quality of what you deliver until it becomes impossible for people to ignore. It means adding a layer of excellence so rare, so remarkable, that your competitors stop seeing you as competition and start seeing you as the benchmark. Consider this: when you perform a service, you're not just exchanging time for money. You're building a personal brand that compounds over time. Every interaction, every email, every meeting is either adding to your market value or subtracting from it. If you show up on time, prepared, with ideas that go beyond the expected, you're making deposits into your reputation account. If you cut corners, miss deadlines, or deliver only the bare minimum, you're making withdrawals you can't afford. One of the greatest mistakes I see is people treating their current role as a waiting room for something better. They think, when I get my dream job, then I'll really show what I can do. But here's the law of success. You will never get the dream opportunity until you've proven you can excel where you are right now. The marketplace rewards readiness, not promises. There's a secret I want to share with you, one that the most successful service professionals guard closely. It is the art of creating irresistible demand for yourself by making your clients feel that working with you is not just an option, it's a privilege. This is done through anticipation. Before they even realize they need something, you've already prepared it. Before they ask for help, you've already delivered a solution. This level of foresight turns ordinary service into unforgettable service. Now, let's talk about positioning. In the personal services industry, you're either seen as a commodity or as a category of one. Commodities compete on price. Categories of one compete on uniqueness. If you're stuck in the commodity trap, you'll always find someone willing to undercut your price. But if you create a service experience so distinct, so personally branded that no one can replicate it, then price becomes secondary. Ask yourself, what makes me unforgettable to my clients, colleagues, or audience? If the answer isn't clear, you have work to do. It may mean developing a specialized skill, refining your communication, or upgrading the presentation of your work. Sometimes, it's not about changing what you do, it's about changing how the world perceives what you do. Here's the good news. You have full control over this. You can, starting today, decide to become the most trusted, respected, and in-demand professional in your field. You can choose to outlearn, outprepare, and outperform everyone around you. But make no mistake, this isn't a one-time effort. Consistency is the currency of reputation. Every time you deliver a service, ask yourself, did I make it impossible for them to forget me? Did I leave them thinking, I wish everyone worked like this? If the answer is yes, then you're not just doing a job, you're creating a legacy. And a legacy has a way of attracting opportunities long after the work is done. If you truly want next year to be different from this one, stop waiting for the marketplace to recognize your value and start showing the marketplace why it can't afford to lose you. Serve like your future depends on it, because it does. There is a truth you must accept before we go any further. The marketplace does not reward what you merely can do, it rewards what you consistently prove you can deliver. In the world of personal achievement, promises are cheap, but proof is priceless. The man or woman who understands this will never fear unemployment, because they will be in constant demand. The law is simple. People will always pay for service that exceeds expectation, delivered in a spirit that inspires trust. Too many drift through life hoping that someone will notice their talents, while they remain in the shadows, silent and unseen. But hope is not a strategy. If you want the world to take notice, you must make yourself impossible to ignore. How? By becoming the person whose work, attitude, and results speak so loudly that no recommendation letter can match their impact. You cannot market personal services effectively without clarity of value. Ask yourself, what do I provide that is so useful, so unique, that others will gladly exchange their money, their loyalty, and their recommendations for it? If your answer is vague, you have work to do. If your answer is precise, then your only task is to make the world aware of it. Consider this. The greatest opportunities are never advertised. They are whispered in the ears of those who have already proven themselves indispensable. They are extended to people whose names, when mentioned in the right circles, are met with nods of respect. If your name does not yet carry that weight, you must begin building it now. Your reputation is the single most powerful marketing tool you possess, but it must be built brick by brick, with integrity as the mortar. And remember this, in every industry, in every era, the top 5% earn more than the other 95% combined. This is not an accident. It is the inevitable result of discipline, mastery, and relentless self-promotion based on genuine results. Do not aim to be in the middle, because the middle is crowded. Aim for the top. because the air is clear and the rewards are extraordinary. The path is not mysterious. Study the needs of your market, anticipate them before others do, and present your solution with confidence. But presentation is only half the equation. The other half is follow-through, delivering so completely that the client or employer feels they owe you more than they paid. That feeling creates repeat business, referrals, and opportunities you never even asked for. There will be moments when your efforts seem to go unnoticed. When you work late, prepare more thoroughly and give more than required, yet the recognition doesn't come. In those moments, you are tempted to slow down. Resist that temptation, because the seeds you plant today do not sprout in the same season. Those who abandon the field too early never taste the harvest. The most magnetic individuals in the marketplace have mastered one thing above all: the ability to market themselves without appearing desperate. They understand that the best marketing is the work itself. Their service is their billboard. Their results are their advertisement. Their character is their brand. And they never allow the quality of their output to slip, even when no one seems to be watching. You may be wondering, but what if I fail? You will. Everyone does. The difference is that the successful fail forward. Each mistake becomes a marketing tool, a story of persistence, a demonstration of resilience. In the hands of the wise, even failure becomes proof of value. So I challenge you now, in the coming weeks, act as if the entire world were your potential audience. Every word you speak, every task you complete, every promise you keep or break, these are the advertisements the world sees. And the world is watching more closely than you think. Because in the final analysis, the most powerful form of personal service marketing is not an advertisement, not a website, not a business card. It is the way you live your life. And if you live it with excellence, integrity, and courage, you will never have to chase opportunity. It will find you. Now prepare yourself, because in the final part, we will discuss the ultimate force that determines whether your personal marketing becomes a lifelong success or fades into forgotten potential. That final truth is the difference between the few who rise and the many who settle. You will want to hear it. They will tell you it's too late, that the opportunity has passed, that your best years are behind you. But they are wrong. You and I both know that the clock does not decide your destiny. Your decisions do. And as you hear these words, understand this truth. Every setback, every failure, every lost chance was nothing more than training for the victory you are meant to claim next. If you are still breathing, you are still in the game. And it is your move now. Look back at your life, not with regret, but with the eyes of a master strategist. Each mistake was a message, each struggle a sharpening stone. The only real tragedy would be to waste the lessons they left you. The man who wins in the end is not the one who never stumbles, but the one who refuses to stay down. You have been down before, yes, but you have also risen. And now you are stronger, wiser, and more prepared than ever to win on a level you never dared imagine. Your personal service, your unique gift, your ability to influence others, these are your assets. But they are useless without decisive action. You cannot market yourself to the world if you hide in the shadows, hoping someone notices you. No one owes you recognition. You must demand it with the quality of your service, the force of your presence, and the fire of your commitment. Let your work be so exceptional that the world has no choice but to take notice. The marketplace rewards only two types of people: those who solve problems and those who inspire others to do so. If you can be both, your value becomes priceless. The man or woman who can walk into any situation and bring order out of chaos will never be without opportunity. And here's the secret. This skill is not a gift you are born with. It is forged in the daily discipline of learning, improving and taking action even when it scares you. Ask yourself today not what can I get, but what can I give? The quickest way to multiply your income, your influence, and your impact is to multiply the value you bring to others. Do this, and doors will open where walls once stood. Neglect this, and even the doors that were open will quietly close. Remember, fear is the enemy's most effective weapon. It will whisper to you about what could go wrong. It will remind you of every time you failed, and it will paint pictures of disaster in your mind. But fear is nothing more than a shadow. It cannot touch you unless you step back from your purpose. When you lean forward into action, fear has no choice but to dissolve. You have learned in these lessons the power of self-analysis, the art of marketing your personal services, and the necessity of relentless improvement. But knowledge without execution is like a treasure locked in a chest with no key. You are the key. Open it, use it. Take what is inside and place it into the hands of the marketplace, boldly and without apology. Years from now, you will either tell the story of how you turned this moment into your turning point, or you will look back wishing you had. That choice is in your hands right now. The men and women who leave their mark on history are not those who waited for perfect conditions, but those who took imperfect steps with perfect faith. And so, as we come to the close of this journey together, remember this: your service is your brand, your value is your passport, and your action is your guarantee. The world is watching, the stage is set, and the spotlight is yours if you are willing to step forward. Your future is not written yet, but tonight, before you sleep, decide what the first sentence will be. Then wake up tomorrow and write it in bold. Because the truth is, the best chapter of your life has not yet been read.